Hi, I'm Rita from TR Consulting, and today we have the topic criteria. Once again, it's another video, this time again in English, and I will speak a little about the two different criteria we have to take care of when we're preparing a decision process. There's either the criteria of choice or the elimination criteria. They have two different functions. That's the whole secret about it. The criteria of choice is something you need to widen your options. You actually open a door and let more inside, more alternatives. So you have an easier way to choose from and not only go from this or that black and white. Let in a little more gray. You determine what's necessary as a criteria. I will go over it with an example. Then you end the process. Very important. At one point you got to say strictly, that's it. That's all the criteria. That's all we need. Nothing else. You analyze your criteria and you check if you really were in the right thought process. And then start thinking about the course of development of what you choose, of what you set. Because when setting criteria, you're setting a fence. And everything which is inside that fence has to belong to your goal or to your achievement. Now, when you're through with this and you think of everything else you need for a decision process, just in terms of the criteria, there is the elimination criteria, which is the next thing, and it works differently than the criteria of choice. With eliminating, you're cutting out the alternatives. Everything you widened, everything you added here, you start reducing your options. And you have different criteria than here when you reduce. After you start reducing, filter the most desirable alternative or option, and be sure that you look how necessary, how important it is. Actually, you use the tool of importance to filter. You align your analysis once you reduce towards the goal. And definitely when reducing, you have to say goodbye strictly to all the other alternatives. Because in the end, you make the final choice, and that's just one. It doesn't mean it stays forever. It doesn't mean that's the ideal alternative. It means you're making a decision to get one step ahead in your action towards your goal. Criteria of choice. If you look for a new office, you might set the criteria to expand the options under a certain budget. You think about how far away is it from home? Does it take me 10 minutes or an hour? How big is it? How much room do I need? How much space? Do I need a parking lot outside? For how many clients? Is just one coming per day or two per week? Or do I need a lot of people? Am I having here seminars for little groups? That's a couple of things you got to think about when you're looking for an office. If you look for a new team, you set criteria about the education, the age, the hobbies, and then you go out and seek people. Reducing, something else. I come back with another video about it. And when you're into sales and you're expanding your choices, last time I spoke about the target group, the age, income level, where they live. If you're thinking of a target group, you got to think of your product which has to match them. You need people who needs it, who are willing to get it, or who really need the product and both are willing to get it right away, which means you will be right into sales. So there are a couple of criteria of choice to think about that you reach your goal. And next time I will come back with reducing the options, which is something else. There are different criteria to think about because they function differently. And see you next time. Thanks for being here today. Bye-bye.